So I got a lot of stuff going on in my brain. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. And I don't know that it's all connected. In my brain, they're all connected. But I don't know if when I talk about it, it's all going to seem related. It's all going to seem connected. Have you seen the meme? I actually saw this meme too the other day, and I texted it to my husband. Have you seen the meme where it's like, my husband's brain, and it's a railroad track, and it's just going like straight into the distance. There's no turns, there's nothing, it's just straight. There's like nothing but straight railroad track. And then it says like, my brain, and it's like all these, the track is twisted, and there's all these different directions you can go, and it's like all over the place, and there's like twirly over here, and it's totally my brain. I'll be talking to my husband about something, and I'll be like, and this, and this, and this, and then this, and he's like, how are the two related? I'm like, the two are totally related. How are they not related? Our brains are so different. So I'm going to do my best to like keep it connected. I hope it'll make sense. But first, I want you to take a look at my laundry pile. Look at that laundry pile, y'all. Look. Ooh, wait. There. All of that. All of thatness. Okay, so I've learned my laundry style. I'm the person who, I wash all the clothes. I find every piece of dirty clothes in this house and I wash them all. And I just leave them in huge piles around the house. And then when my kids say, I don't have any underwear or I can't find any clean leggings, I'll say, I just did a ton of laundry. You have to have clean leggings. Well, all the laundry's in a pile. So then I separate. So when people start complaining about the fact that they have no clothes to wear, that's when I like separate them all out and give them baskets and baskets full of clean clothes to put away. So that's my laundry style and I'm not ashamed of it. Okay. So I'm going to do my best not to cry when I talk about this because I've been crying randomly all week long. But our church suffered a huge loss. This past week we had a pastor who passed away, and he was a young guy, and he was, his testimony is amazing. He was not somebody that I knew personally. I only knew him from the work he was doing in the church. The updates I would get when he would preach, I would hear him. He's not somebody that I think, I probably have never had a conversation with him, like one-on-one, but I have a lot of friends who were friends with him. And so it's been very hard. My news feed on Facebook has been full of just news about him. And so he just had an amazing testimony. He had a troubled past, and God got a hold of him, and he did amazing things. He went overseas and led hundreds and hundreds and probably thousands of people to Christ. His ripple effect, I like to think about ripple effects. You know how like when you drop a piece of water into a pond, it doesn't just melt in with the rest of the pond. There's like a little ripple, and it moves all the other particles of water around. So his ripple effect was humongous. His ripple effect like covered the earth. And so I think about my ripple effect a lot. Like, how big is my pond and how big is my ripple effect? I want my ripple effect to last generations. I want for when somebody is looking at our family tree to say, oh, Leanne Mullins. They have no idea who I am, but I want the prayers that I've said and how I've conducted my life to have changed the course of those generations after generations after generations. I want my ripple effect to be huge. So his ripple effect was humongous. And so it was hard at first. Like at first I felt like I shouldn't have been upset by it because I didn't know him personally, but knowing his testimony, knowing his ripple effect, knowing the legacy that he's left was very hard because I was like, Lord, I'm just here kissing boo-boos and wiping butts. Like, I'm making dinner, I'm shuttling kids to school and homeschooling and baseball practice, and I'm feeding horses and collecting eggs from a chicken coop. Like, I'm not doing amazing things. And you took him. He's now home with you. And his ripple effect could have been even greater if you left him here. And I just am here with this teeny tiny little ripple effect. And so that's where I kind of spent some time thinking. And then I thought, well, maybe I'm raising the next pastor to have a huge ripple effect. Maybe one of my kids or all of my kids are going to be amazing men and women of God who are going to make huge ripple effects for your kingdom. maybe that's my purpose. And that's okay, because our pastor had a mom who wiped his bottom and kissed his boo-boos and made him dinner. And that's an honorable job. But then the way my mind works, I went to, well, what if I'm not raising the next pastor to go overseas and lead thousands of people to Christ, but I'm raising the next drug dealer, or I'm raising the next school shooter? I don't, God forbid, I'm going to homeschool, so that's not a possibility. But what if I'm not raising the next amazing kingdom changer, but I'm raising like the other spectrum? Because there are no guarantees in the world. There's no guarantee that just because we grow up in a Christian home that you're going to be a Christian. There's no guarantee of that. Just because I am trying to show my kids how to lead a Christian life, it doesn't mean that they are going to walk a Christian life. And the same with my marriage too. Like, there's no guarantee that our marriage is going to be the next love story. I mean, when I looked at Facebook and saw that he had passed, you could have given me a million guesses on what was going to happen that day, and that scenario wouldn't have been one of them. And that's just life. Life catches us off guard. Things happen that we just don't even expect at all. And so I'm kind of, I don't know, my husband will call me a pessimist, but I feel like I'm a pessimistic optimist. I expect our marriage to be a love story. I expect my children to do these amazing things for God. But I kind of prepare for the worst, right? Like, I want to think about like what's the absolute worst thing that could happen, and then I want to prepare for that. And actually, I think it's good because it puts me in defensive mode. Like, if I know that there's no guarantee that my kid is going to be amazing and lead thousands of people to Christ, I'm going to parent much differently. Like, if I know that my kid is going to be on this path to being the next great drug dealer, I'm going to parent differently. I took a parenting class, which is totally amazing, and the lady used this saying, pray like your hair is on fire. I'm going to pray like my hair is on fire for my kid, that he's not going to stay on that path, or she's not going to stay on that path. I'm going to pray that God intercedes, that somebody shows up that changes the course of their life, that they are no longer on this crazy train track into drug dealness, and they're going to be on this train track into kingdom work, if that makes sense. If I know that there's no guarantee that my marriage is going to be this next love story, like, I always like to think about, like, okay, when we celebrate our 50th wedding anniversary and our kids throw us a surprise happy 50th wedding anniversary party, how old are we going to be? And how many grandkids are we going to have? And we're going to have great grandkids. It's going to be amazing. But what if my marriage doesn't make it to 50 years? What if I become a widow? What if, I don't know, what if things happen? You know, life happens. So it makes me feel very intentional, and I'm going to pray on fire, like my hair is on fire for my husband. It's going to change the things that I do. It's going to change the prayers that I pray. It's going to change the words that I say. If I know that there's no guarantees, it changes the way that I do life. And so instead of just going through the motions of my marriage and going through the motions of being a parent, it makes me that much more intentional about what I'm going to say and what I'm going to do. And so when I'm talking to my husband, I kind of was talking to him about these things that I was thinking. I can't get too deep because he's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But I was telling him, like, how do I keep our kids from becoming drug dealers? He's like, you can't. He's like, all you can do is pray. And I'm like, all I can do is pray? There's got to be something I can do. There's got to be a lesson I can teach. There's got to be a lecture I can give. There's got to be something I can do, like an action I can take to make sure that doesn't happen. And he's like, you can't. You pray and there's no guarantees. That's just it. And so I went to the Bible and I was like, there's got to be something that I can do. And so I found this verse, 2 Chronicles 6:28, and actually I already had it underlined, so it's something I've read before, but 2 Chronicles 7:14. It says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and will heal their land. And I thought, ooh, this is good. Instead of land, I'm going to put family. So he's going to heal my family. I trust God that this promise is true, and he's going to heal my family. My family is on this destructive path that I've put them on, right? And now they're going to heal. He's going to heal it. But what do I have to do? What are my actions? And it's right in there. It says that I need to be humble. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be a humble wife. I'm going to be a humble parent. I'm going to be a humble mom. And so the last couple Sundays I've taken my kids to church by myself. My husband's either been working or sleeping or something. And yesterday I was like grumbling, like, so tired of getting all the kids ready by myself, and I'm tired of driving myself, and I'm tired of sitting here alone, and I want him to do this, and I want him to do that, and I want this from him. And I heard God's little voice like say to me, what if it's not about what you want from him and more about what you're supposed to do for him? Like, maybe this marriage isn't about what he's going to give you, but what you are going to do for him. And I'm like, that's pray. Like, I got convicted right then and there that I don't pray enough for my husband. I haven't been praying like my hair's on fire for my husband. And so I really felt convicted. Like, stop thinking about what you want from him and start thinking about what you can do for him. And what you can do for him is you can pray for him. And so first, I'm going to be a humble wife, and I'm going to stop thinking about all the things that I want from him, and I'm going to be humble, and I'm going to stop thinking about all the things I want for the children to do for me and behave for me and how I want them to make me look good in public. And I'm going to be a humble mom. And so then after I'm going to be humble, I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray like my hair is on fire. I'm going to pray like I'm raising the next drug dealers, and I'm going to pray that situation has changed and that their life path has changed. I'm going to pray like my hair is on fire. Then I'm going to seek God's face. Now, these are all action words. Pray, seek, turn. I'm going to seek God's face, and then I'm going to turn from my wicked ways. Lord, help me today. Whatever sin is in my heart today, whatever wicked things I'm going to do today, help me turn from those things and go the other direction. Go the direction that you are. That's what I'm going to pray every single day. And then after I've been humble, and after I've prayed, and after I've seeked, and after I've turned, then he can heal my family. So, I don't know. Not so much an encouraging Mom Encouragement Monday, because I don't feel like it's very encouraging, but I just felt like this is like what has been on my heart and what I've been thinking about constantly this past week and a half-ish. And I just think that when we go through life just doing the motions, there's no way that we can flourish. There's no way our marriage can flourish. There's no way our children can flourish if we're just going through the motions. But if we are active and intentional and we are praying like our hair is on fire, that was where change gets done. So I guess that's it. I'm sorry if it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry if the train tracks are all over the place. But that's just kind of what's been on my heart. So I hope to see you again soon. Bye.